3, 2. What's good, everybody? We are back again for another episode of the No Hedging Podcast. I go by the name of Rip16, and I'm here with a bank robber.
Ty the
Jet. And we are the Mighty No Hedging Podcast duo. Man, make sure that y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, because these first 11 weeks of the season have been highly interesting. And going into week 12, I got the feeling that it's going to get even more fucking interesting.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. And anything in particular you want to tell these people at the beginning of this show?
Yeah, so I'm rocking my shiesty, you heard, you know what I'm saying? In honor of my YNs out there in Dallas, you heard George Pickens, number 3, and my boy CD Lamb, 88, you heard?
I don't know why he's talking about Dallas with a New York accent, but hey.
Shiesty, you heard?
Welcome home, Max B. I guess you inspired him. But
let's get into it, man.
Let's get into another classic. The foundation of this whole thing in this show is a segment that we like to call Takeaways.
What do you got? What you got, Shane?
Well, I think you're since you brought up Dallas and the YNs out in Dallas. NFL Youngboy, one of my favorite personal nicknames of the whole league. NFL Youngboy and CeeDee Lamb back in full health. Got Javonte in the backfield. You got Dak Prescott. You got a new look Cowboys defense. They got a few guys back from injury. They had about 5 new players out there on defense that they haven't had in rotations since they got a few guys back from injury, and
some new
Quentin Williams and Logan Wilson on the field as well. So I see you were all fired up about them. I tried to tell you about them, but I mean,
I'm not.
Well, you out here commemorating them. So what do you think about the Cowboys and the new look Cowboys offense and defense, really?
I mean, the offense, as we know it all year, has been electric. You know, with the addition of George Pickens, that opened up the passing game so much, and then the addition of Javonte Williams, like, now they have a pretty decent run game now. That's what they were lacking last year. Yeah. So the offense all year, they were always able to score points. That wasn't the issue. Yeah. The issue was the defense, which, as you spoke on, they've made some moves to enhance that defense. They added on Quentin Williams in the inside to shore up the inside, to stop rushing the running attack of opposing offenses. They also brought in Logan Wilson from Cincinnati, and they had some guys come back off for injury, and Overshown, and another DB that they had out there. So the defense looked good against the Raiders. So that's the Raiders. The Raiders are awful.
I say this right. The Raiders are Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers and Max Crosby. That's pretty much the team.
Yeah, a bad offensive line and no receivers.
Well, Trey Tucker had some catches in that game. He did all right in that game. But I say that to say I'm not putting a whole lot of emphasis on that win, right?
Right,
but,
exactly.
But I will say that they made some tackles in the open field. They generated some pressure, got a sack. Quentin Williams got a sack in that game also, which I said having somebody on the inside like him is going to create some pressure. But I think it's an improvement from what we saw, because traditionally what has happened is they would just end up in a shootout. And the way that they win the game is just to outshoot the other team.
Right.
But this time they actually played some defense and stopped the team from scoring. Get you some 3 and outs. Get you some sacks. Get things like that going to help the offense. So it's not just all offense and no defense played at all. Birdie, no defense. So I mean, I like the fact that Logan Wilson made some tackles. I like the fact that Quentin generated some pressure. Got 1.5 sacks in that game. I think it was a good sign. Jerry seemed happy in the box. I think it was a good sign to see from that team, and I think it does make them very interesting for the last 7 games of this season that we have left, or 7 weeks of the season rather. I think it's a good sign for the Cowboys now in terms of where they go from here.
They don't go anywhere this season. I don't see that happening. I don't see no playoff hopes for them this year. Not right now. They're too far behind. They're 4-5-1. So you got other teams like the Lions, trying to get in there, and that's You got 7 games, but they got to go on the streak. I don't see them.
You got 7 games. We also didn't see Denver winning 8 games in a row.
Look at this. Listen to this next 7 games. The Eagles, the Chiefs, the Lions, the Vikings, the Chargers, Commanders, Giants. Right? I mean, those are tough games. 5 out of the 7. So, playing the Chiefs, who's in must win every game of the season right now.
We're going to talk about them in a second.
Yeah. So I don't see, we get into that a little bit more, but I don't see Dallas doing anything this year because they dug themselves such a hole. And the NFC is just so tight with the good teams up there.
I mean, I can definitely see that, but it's I will say this, right? Right now, the Lions are one of those fringe teams on the outside looking in terms of record wise, but we kind of expect them to probably get in there. But it's a couple teams who kind of putting themselves in a hole also, and might end up getting their ass kicked out.
Yeah,
because the Buccaneers done lost a couple games. They had some tough opponents, but they lost a couple games.
They're going to solidify the division.
They should solidify the division. We're thinking they should. But they've been through a lot as a squad.
Don't matter.
So
if they solidify the division, they locked up no matter what. So we can go ahead and punch them in.
I mean, as of right now, they're 6-4. The Panthers are 6-5. So they haven't locked shit. If I'm being honest,
I don't trust the Panthers.
The Panthers beat the Falcons twice, so that's 2 division wins.
It's Falcons. Don't trust.
But it's 2 division wins. Didn't they beat the Saints?
No, they lost against the Saints.
The Panthers?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they got another game against them. So I think it's just one of them things where it's not a foregone conclusion that the Buccaneers have it locked up. But, I mean, all indications point to we think they will win it, of course. But I'm just saying it's not as huge of an obstacle with Dallas getting in front of that or getting into a wild card spot, because some of these teams we're starting to see a slight regression from what we saw at the beginning of the season. Now, we think that maybe they'll pull their stuff together and make a playoff push, to make the playoffs rather. So, I mean, I'm guessing that'll happen, but it's not a foregone conclusion that they're out of it, especially if you can string together some good defense. Get one of those upsets.
They are out. Cowboy Nation, y'all not going to the playoffs. Don't let this big game that you guys won, against the Raiders on primetime TV. I'm not highly emotional.
It's not
game.
Because of the Raiders.
No, it's not happening this year, Dallas.
Raiders. I'm not saying it because of the Raiders.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Definitely not because of that. But I ain't gonna throw in the towel on them yet.
The towel thrown for me. They're too far behind.
Okay. Well, speaking of teams that might be too far behind, what are your thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs losing to the Denver Broncos? Or did the Denver Broncos just beat the Kansas City Chiefs? Because it kind of looked like the Broncos just beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Broncos did beat the Chiefs. And, it's credit. We brought it up. That was going to be my concern to begin with before that game was the defensive line of Denver.
I told you that defense was good.
We knew that. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, but she was like, they fool's gold.
No, I was saying the defense. What I said was the defense is good. We all know that. This is clear what I said. The defense is good. We all know that. What was my only issue?
You said the offense.
That was my only issue.
Nix, but I said that defense is so good.
Yeah, I get it. And what did Bo Nix do? Bo Nix did what he's supposed to do in the moment. He didn't play like a great, phenomenal game. But he made the right plays at the right time, right? You know, he made that pass down the field to Troy Franklin, caught that, you know, at the end of the game, put him in position to kick the field goal and all of that. So, like I said, Bo Nix, you know, he was inconsistent throughout the game. He didn't play like a great game, but he is definitely their weak link on that team.
I'll say this. It's a quarterback that I've gone on record on multiple occasions and stated that is not very fond of this guy. But I will use him as a comparison in this situation to say that Eli Manning was also a quarterback who a lot of times didn't go out there and just fill up a stat sheet or do a whole bunch of stuff, but he did make the right play at the right time to win certain games, and he had a very good defense to back him up. And they won a Super Bowl off of that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that the Denver Broncos are going to win a Super Bowl, but I'm saying that 8 wins in a fucking row, leading your division, going into the bye week, is a good setup for you to make a significant playoff push and to be a team that, you know, can scare a lot of these teams that we think or we thought was going to be the team. You know, so, I mean, the way that defense plays, the only other defense I can really think of that I've seen come out and have some really dominant performances, hold some people to the fire like that, maybe sometimes the Texans, but I think that Denver Broncos defense is just playing. They on their own planet. Right now.
They lead the league
in terms of how they playing. They on their own planet right now. So it's hard for me to overlook that because I think the defense is so uniquely good that you can not go out there and not play like Matthew Stafford and throw a whole bunch of touchdowns, no interceptions, and do all that, and have a defense that good to back you up and clean it up. As long as you make a few good plays at the right time, you can still win a lot of those games. And
this is like the defense from a few years ago with Philadelphia when their defensive line was ridiculous. They led the league in sacks. Same scenario.
Yeah.
On this Denver defense, you got 3 out of the 4 pass rushers, 3 out of the 4 defensive linemen who are top 15 in sacks.
Yeah.
On the same defensive line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's that pass rush, you know what I mean? And that's what they've been hanging their hat on. All Bo Nix has to do is protect the football, make the right play at the right time, run the ball, and then that's what they've been doing. They've been winning by a thread. And hell, they've been doing it the same way that the Chiefs did it last year, winning close games and all of that. But they end up going to the Super Bowl.
But they had to go against a monster in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean,
the only difference is, though, is they are the ones with the monster defense. I don't think the Chiefs had the monster defense. They had a couple of players that were really good, and then they had Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. But yeah, credit to Denver. I'm not going to take anything away from them. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do. They went out there, handled business in the division, in a must-win game for the Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs scenario, every game right now is they have no margin.
We've been
error.
saying that for weeks, though.
Yeah.
Are they too far behind?
I don't think they're too far behind. I don't think they're too far behind. I think they still got a chance to get in there, obviously, but their chance is very, very slim.
I mean, the only real spot. Here's my issue, right? We saw the Ravens have their awakening as a team. In some ways, we're starting to see the Ravens defense that we expected to see at the beginning of the season. And then they got Lamar Jackson back. Right now, the Texans and the Ravens are also 5-5. Quiet as kept. The Dolphins also went on a couple win streak, but I'm not putting too much pressure on that because they ain't playing nobody. But the Ravens and the Texans Both are playing defense very well. The Ravens in particular have Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
If you got the same record as them, they have just as much, or if not a better shot at getting into that wild card spot than the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Chiefs ain't coming back over the Chargers or the Broncos, it looked like at this point. So, I mean, unless the Chargers, suffer some type of, knock on wood, bad loss.
They just had a bad loss against Jacksonville.
I'm saying bad loss in terms of injury or anything like that.
And they need an injury to get beat like that.
I mean, but for some reason, the Jacksonville Jaguars have the Chargers number. I don't know why, but for some reason they do. They beat the hell out of them a few years ago in the playoffs. I don't know. Something about them, Jacksonville Jaguars, for some reason, play the Chargers very well. So I don't know why that is, but I'm just saying they got a very hard path, and it's getting to a point where it's like they might be beyond savable.
The Chiefs could possibly win out. They could possibly win out. They got the Cowboys, Texans, Chargers. The Texans you just talked about.
They got to beat the Texans and the Chargers.
Dude, they got to beat everybody that they play on their schedule. That's what they have to win out. I think that's the only scenario in which they get in the playoffs. They win out.
7 games in a row. That's tough.
I mean, Denver's doing it. The Patriots doing it.
That's the only 2.
The Eagles doing it. Well,
the
they
Eagles
on a little
no
streak. They ain't at 7 games, but they on the streak. They've done it.
You're talking about the champs and the team that also beat the Chiefs. So
the Rams, they on the streak too, I think, and the Bears.
I don't know, player. I don't know, but very interesting point.
It's a tall task, but every game counts.
And I will say one more takeaway. My last takeaway. Shadeur Sanders got a chance to finally get on the field in the game, he's playing against the Browns, basically. He's supposed to be on the Browns, but the way it was set up for him out there, it looked like he was playing against the goddamn Browns. The lack of reps and all those things that, people have been talking about for months, and these different situations kind of came up. And he didn't have a great game out there when he got on the field, but I mean, I've heard different things from that was the first time the offensive line has even heard his snap count, which is ridiculous if you're the backup quarterback. It's just tons of different things where the organization kind of let him down. Well, not kind of, did let him down and kind of put him in a bad spot so that he goes out there unprepared, or it just as a team, they not used to working with him. Mm-hmm. For somebody who's been there the entire offseason, I would expect there to be a little bit more continuity between the backup quarterback and the offense or the offensive line, but it was not the case. And throwing him in there against the Ravens is not a great spot.
Yeah, that's what, my thing is, he got thrown in there mid-game.
The mid-game against the Ravens. In a division
matchup.
So I understand why that performance was not very good.
I'm giving him grace, and he's still a rookie.
Yeah.
I'm giving him grace. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and just kill him, because look what the hell Cam Ward is doing in Tennessee. And he was the number 1 overall pick. Ain't nobody talking shit about Cam Ward.
Yeah, because he's in Tennessee.
But still, number 1 overall pick at quarterback. And look at the flack Shadeur is getting for being a 5th round pick at quarterback. Got thrown into a game, only played a couple quarters.
Yeah.
And he's getting all of this, you know what I mean? Like, let's hear.
Yeah, I mean, I get
it. This shit is bullshit. We need to give Shadeur more grace. This week he has a full week with the offense, a full week with the starters. So we'll see what he does when he comes out here against a winnable team in the Raiders.
Yeah,
that defense is pretty good, but their offense is not that great.
No.
And this Browns defense is pretty good. So I think we need to pump the brakes on Shadeur a little bit.
Yeah.
Calm down. with the criticism, and let's see him play a full game.
Okay.
That's my.
I'm in agreement with that for sure. I think they, set him up for failure by throwing him out there in that game like that. But
had to. Dylan had a concussion.
But they didn't have a choice. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to throw him out there.
And Dylan is going to be still in concussion protocol. So he's been named. Shadeur has been named to start. So I'm hoping that the Browns, as a staff, record label, and as a motherfucking crew, does what they can throughout the week to try to prepare him better and make sure he goes out here against the Raiders and has at least the opportunity to come into the game prepared and then see what he does. But I went and checked when we started the season. We did our division forecast episode, and we talked about
it's all thrown off.
Yeah, very thrown off because there's a lot of things. We even had Joe Burrow as a MVP candidate, but we had no way of knowing he was only going to play 2 games.
Right.
But one thing we did talk about in that is the Browns, in particular, their record going over 4.5 wins. And we was like, it's definitely good if Shadeur plays. So now we're getting the opportunity to see Shadeur plays and see if he can string together a win. So I'm very interested. And they still got a chance to get over that 4.5 wins, by the way. They only at 2 right now. A whopping 2 so far. But, maybe this is a third. We'll see how that goes.
It's a winnable game.
It's a winnable game. So we'll see. But moving right along to another wonderful segment. Speaking of winnable games and speaking of people doing things that they could have done differently, should have done differently. Let's jump into a segment that we like to call Besides the Eagles.
What is that, bro?
This segment is all about contenders and pretenders, people who might get a win, and positive people that won't. So given the climate of everything, given where everybody is at right now, what's standing out to you as far as some of the contenders and pretenders?
Did we already talk about the Packers being pretenders?
We did. No, I think they were contenders at the time.
Yeah. So I know a couple weeks ago, fool's gold was the Packers too. Yeah. So I don't think the Packers are a contending team.
I high-key thought they was gonna lose to the Giants.
They could have.
I high-key thought
they could have. They could have easily lost to the Giants. I wouldn't have been surprised. I'll tell you that. That's one of those games we fuck around and win. But I don't know. It's just, the offense is just, there's no rhythm to the offense. It's real choppy. The defense is okay. They're not getting as many turnovers as they were previously, but it's just the offense is real choppy to me. I think, with the Bears and the Lions in that division, especially if the Bears and the Lions continue to stack up wins, then they all going to have to face each other again, I believe. That's where that spot is going to get a little iffy because right now the Bears are leading the division right now. I know. So
Ben Johnson over there cooking.
The Bears winning the division right now, and they continue to win. I believe that the Lions are going to find a way to win more games and get back in the mix. Yeah. Because we know who the Lions are. We know what they like to do. They just had a tough opponent with the Eagles. Yeah. Super Bowl champs, defending Super Bowl champs. So we kind of give them a little pass for that. It was a tough game. Their defense played very, very well. It's just, I think after this game they'll play enough and get enough wins to kind of bump the Packers out. And I think the Bears will end up kind of holding off the Packers as well.
I can agree with that.
I think the Packers and the Lions switch spots.
I think what's happened, what we talked about at the beginning of the season, I think also in that division forecast episode, the Packers, we had some questions, right? Because they don't have a number one guy at wide receiver. Right. Like they don't just have that go-to option. Who's your security blanket? And we talked about that.
It was Tyler Kraft before he got injured.
Tucker Kraft. Yeah, Tucker Kraft. But that was another thing. Like the injuries kind of struck him. You know, Josh Jacobs went out of that game. Tucker Kraft being done for the season.
Jalen Reed not in there. But going into the season, even with all of those guys, especially in particular with wide receiver, we understand Josh Jacobs is the guy at running back. But at wide receiver, like, we don't know who your security blanket is. Yeah.
We kind of figured out, okay, Tucker Kraft during the season looks like that guy, but now that he's out, again, you're in the same spot. Who's the guy?
Yeah.
Because at some point, I think we talked about it being to their advantage and disadvantage at the same time, because when you need somebody in the clutch, say with the Cincinnati Bengals, somebody else that also pissed me off, Jamarr Chase. But say with the Cincinnati Bengals, we know that Joe Flacco knows that I can throw to Jamarr Chase if I need a good target in a crunch situation. Nobody else is open, throw it up for Jamarr, let him figure it out. You don't have that with the. I mean, sometimes it looks like it's Romeo Dobbs. Sometimes it looks like it's Kraft. Sometimes it don't look like it's no damn body. Sometimes Matthew Golden gets highlighted. We don't really know what the hell is going to happen with them, and that can be problematic in these crunch games or these clutch situations, especially when you playing somebody like the Lions or the Bears. You in these division games, and I think that's going to rear its head. So I'm in agreement with you. At some point, I think there are 6-3-1 right now, but I think at some point that comes back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah.
And that's my concern about the Packers at this point. Now, speaking on another one of those teams, the Bears. Are we not giving the Bears enough stock as contenders?
I mean, we have to.
They 7-3.
Yeah, we have to. First year head coach, Ben Johnson.
Highly sought after offensive coordinator turned head coach for the Bears. Has managed to string together several wins. Lead the division. His first year coaching. And judging by the way things are looking right now, it don't look like somebody's about to surpass them as number one. Because one thing I will say about them, they managed to come up with or duplicate that backfield that he had in Detroit a little bit in Monangai and Swift. Those two have been playing together pretty well. And then also when Swift was out, Monangai carried the load, and they were still able to win games. So I think that, said a lot about them as a team, that they can continue to run. And Caleb has developed better. He's escaped. We've seen his maneuverability. He's been able to escape some sacks, what should be a sack, being able to roll out the pocket, throw on the run, make some plays that few quarterbacks can make. And they rolling right now. So, I mean, in terms of contendership, like, how far you think this team can go?
I think they'll go, first round. First round, they could possibly get a first round victory, wild card. If they don't hold their spot, obviously. But I guess I think Detroit might come and take that from them at some point, because the good thing about the Bears is they run the ball. They third in the league in rushing.
They don't mind running.
They third in the league in rushing, so that kind of helps Caleb out a little bit, give him a little bit of balance and not to be so trigger happy.
Yeah.
It kind of brings him down a little bit, like, hey, relax, calm down a little bit. But I think they can get to the first round and probably get a first round victory. But I don't see anything more than that, to be completely honest, in my opinion.
Okay. I mean, sometimes stuff happens at a certain time. So, I mean, it depends when you play some teams, not just if you play them. So, I mean, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, but I do think the Bears are legitimate in terms of their contendership right now. So they are a team to watch. Moving along to another wonderful segment, my personal favorite segment of the show. Always a good time. Always some interesting things develop from this segment. It's a segment we like to call Clock Out For Me, Big Dawg.
Yeah, you can go ahead and clock out.
Hack your shit.
Right now?
Yeah.
Get out.
Okay.
Now. In this segment, I got something I want to speak on. And I think I speak on behalf of a lot of people in Atlanta, Georgia, the Rise Up crew, the staff, record label, and the motherfucking crew of the Atlanta Falcons need to sit down and have a serious discussion about Raheem Morris. Because you lost that game against the Panthers, another division game, at home. After you got embarrassed by the Panthers early in the season and
Bryce Young
didn't
owns
score
Atlanta, boy.
And didn't score a fucking point early in the season. And then you come around and you play them at home and you allow them to come back and beat you in overtime. Now, I will say they put up a way better fight than they did the first time.
They had to.
Of course they had to. But the construction of this team, both defensively and offensively, should give you enough firepower to beat Bryce Young, Xavier Legette, and McMillan. Now, Rico had himself a nice game. I like what Rico Dotto is doing in Carolina. However, I feel like the construction of the Atlanta Falcons should be able to win that game at home. And the only thing that I can point to is coaching.
Bryce Young, 31 of 45, 448 yards, 3 TDs. He be cooking Atlanta, bro.
400 yards? How do you allow that?
He don't cook nobody else but Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying. How do you allow that? Because even the games where they've won, Bryce might have put together a nice win. He might have made a couple timely plays here and there.
Scramble.
Yeah, but as far as just cook a defense, though, he's only done that against Atlanta.
I told one of my homeboys this. I said, Bryce Young is going to get a multi-year deal because of the victories he gets against Atlanta.
And I can believe it.
They're going to pay him because of how many times he beats Atlanta.
But I feel like it's honestly Raheem Morris. I mean, what else? What is that, bro?
I hear from other people that it's Michael Penix.
How is that? Michael Penix don't play defense?
I get one complaint that the complaint that I get from on the Michael Penix side is, why did we draft him? He had 2 busted ass legs already, and we're gonna draft him. What kind of idiot? They still pointing at Raheem Morris for that, but it's like, why would you draft this guy who have 2 blown out knees already, or blown out ACLs and all of this and that? What idiot does that? That's what I'm hearing. That's the rumblings I'm getting.
Well, first of all, he is going down a lot. Yeah, Michael Penix is getting injured, and Kirk Cousins had to come in that game again. So it's kind of making sense why you paid a quarterback and you drafted a quarterback, given the injury history of both these quarterbacks. The problem is both of these motherfuckers are injury prone.
So do you think that is the draft pick is backfiring?
I don't put it all on Penix though.
Yeah.
To me,
Not
because
yet.
again, Michael Penix don't play defense. You put up 27 points. By most metrics of NFL football,
You can win that game.
you can win a game if you score 27 points.
That's always been my argument.
You can win a game if your offense can give you 27 points. That's my reason why I'm not putting this on the offense. However, you can't keep giving up 30 points.
You can't give up 400 passing yards.
More importantly, 400 passing yards. That is a secondary issue, and I believe that they've generated more of a pass rush this year than they have in previous years. We put so much emphasis. We talked about it for a long time. We need a pass rush. We need a pass rush. We need a pass rush. We need a pass rush.
They got 5 sacks.
They got 5 fucking sacks, but they still gave up 400 and something yards. So what is the secondary out there doing? What is the defensive scheme right now? Are you doing too many vanilla plays on offense and getting 3 and outs on possessions where you shouldn't have been getting 3 and outs? Somewhere in here, I'm having some problems with the scheme. We talked about this against the Buffalo game, which they won. It was still problems with the scheme, the game plan.
Their offense is predictable, though. It was very predictable.
But it's predictable because of the coaching.
Yeah.
It's not predictable because of the players. Somebody has to call the play. Somebody has to run the play. Obviously, they running plays, and they generating some points. Because they got 27 of them. The first time they went out there and they got no points, it was like, okay, this could be players and play calling. You came out here and get 27 points. Okay, now.
I don't think they fire him this year, though. I think they give him one more round. One more go.
Why?
I just think they one more go.
I think if the Falcons go out here and lose to the New Orleans Saints, it's time. One thing, I don't give a fuck if the Falcons go 1-16.
You can't lose against them.
One thing you don't do is go out there and lose to the Saints.
You can lose to everybody else.
They still got 2 games against the Saints. Mm-hmm. Fortunately for Raheem, one of those games is at the very end of the damn season. Because we're not going to the playoffs. So it's at the very end of the season, which is why he might get to the end of the season. Mm-hmm. But if you go out there and you lose to the Saints,
off with your head. Walk the plank.
That's a walking plank, brother. That's
Walk
a
the
walking plank. We can stand losing to Carolina because honestly, we really don't have a quarrel with Carolina.
You probably should.
We probably should, but honestly, we don't. As a city, as a staff, as a crew, they drafted Cam. We've always kind of, had some decent relations with Carolina Panthers. They're just our division opponent, so we just understand that we have to play each other for the plot. Mm-hmm. But the Saints, no. There's no friendliness. The people, yes, we enjoy the gumbo. They enjoy our city. The people, we get it. It's always a good time.
Pure
we
hate.
Hang out. But in terms of on the football field, it is pure hate. Mm-hmm. There is nothing lovable about each other between these two teams. So if you go out there and lose to our rival, yeah, go ahead, cue up the guillotine, brother.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
But yeah, now that I've cleared my heart and mind with that, another very, very, very quick clock out. And this is not a permanent clock out, but Jamarr Chase, you disappointed me. What was that?
Yeah, that was crazy. This spitting shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, I don't understand. Just as a man,
what does one person say to another person that makes them want to spit on you?
I don't know what Jalen Ramsey said.
What could anybody say to you to make you spit on them?
I don't know. I've never been that pissed. I've never been that pissed or that upset or that felt like I needed to disrespect somebody to that level to feel like I need to spit on them. Like, I never felt that. Like, so I don't know what Jalen Ramsey could have said to garner that reaction out of Jamarr Chase, but I can't really think of one, to be honest.
Bitch ass nigga, what?
And then you lied about it in the
I knew he lied about it. I knew he lied about it. He said, I ain't even open my mouth. I knew he lied.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
You could tell he was lying.
Maybe you just said that, to try to avoid the fine or suspension, but you still got it.
There's hundreds not even hundreds. There's thousands of cameras out there, if you including the fans.
Yeah. There's a bunch of cell phones.
Yeah, you got 60,000 cameras out there on cell phones. Then you got the field cameras on the NFL. So
and they got a lot of cameras.
They got all angles. and sky cam.
And we saw it. Yeah. We saw it. You did it.
You spit on them, bro.
You did.
You don't do that.
I'm with Tomlin on this one. He said, do what comes natural.
Do what comes natural. Do what comes natural.
Hey, people try to give Tomlin some flack, but he a real one. Because you spit on me, brother. Whatever I do naturally, I feel like you just got to take whatever comes with it. So I'm not mad at Jalen Ramsey at all.
No,
he
you
did
can't
exactly what you were supposed to do in that situation.
I actually am mad at Jalen Ramsey because he didn't do what he should have done.
He could have did more.
He should have done more.
He could have did more.
So this is for you people out there.
Chase. I like Jamar Chase a lot. That's why I'm disappointed.
I'm highly disappointed. I'm
just
highly
upset
disappointed
with you just from that. Like, I feel like you are one of the best wide receivers in the league, hands down. Nobody's questioning that. Extremely
You're
talented
a role model,
dude.
bro.
You're a role model.
People look up to you. Kids look up to you.
Nah,
They
it's
want to
not-
be Jamarr Chase.
And I'm not one who pushes a role model narratives on people because I feel like if you want to be a role model, you should demonstrate and operate accordingly if you want to. But you have a lot of influence.
Yeah.
And you carry a lot of cachet with your name. But more importantly, just as a man, though, just as a man, that's just not something you do, bro.
I blame Jalen Carter. Because he started this
Why
whole
you blame Jalen Carter?
spit gate in the beginning of the season. Before the season even started. Before 1 second
He
he
did.
took off the clock,
He
he
did.
was spitting on people.
He got suspended at the beginning of the game.
So I
Pissed me
blame
off.
Jalen Carter. But for all you guys out there, do not spit on people.
Just don't do
Don't
that.
spit on people.
Just don't do that.
And then
I don't
if
care
you
if
get
you in a
spit
fight.
on, don't allow somebody to spit on you.
Yeah. If
Do
you
the best you can do. If you can't whoop their ass, just try to do something.
you need to do something. Because if you're the spittee, you got to do something.
Yeah, I'm highly disappointed in Jamarr Chase.
But I'm highly disappointed in Jamarr Chase.
And he deserved to get
He
suspended.
deserved his 1 game suspension. I usually don't agree with the NFL on suspensions. Sometimes I feel like they go OD, but this one was warranted.
You can't spit on people, bro.
And mind you, I have Jamarr Chase in fantasy football.
Your season's over. Don't matter.
Yeah, whatever. Don't make me upset. Because you got to play me. And I will go in here and I will cook up a lineup.
I ain't worried about that.
Yeah, all right. But anyway, moving right along.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I got NFL Jet next to me, let's move along to week 12 of the NFL season since we're talking about fantasy football, all these different things. Let's go into another wonderful segment. Important segment. It's called MustSeeTV.
Man, these folks got their hitties. No cap.
Absolutely need to see this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to know what to watch. So what is on your radar for week 12 of the NFL season?
You know I'm a Rams guy.
Yeah.
I've been the Rams guy all year. Pretty much. I have.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay.
I've been banging the desk for the Rams.
Yeah.
Saying that they're the best team in the NFC and in the NFL.
Well, you damn sure been saying that over the past weeks for sure.
So I'm the Rams guy. So Bucks Rams is the game I want to see. Bucks coming off a loss to the Bills in Buffalo. They put up some points in Buffalo, but now they playing the Rams.
Yeah.
The Rams, they got their thing rolling. They had a good divisional game. What they played?
They played the Seahawks.
They played the Seahawks. Good
You
divisional
said the
win.
Seahawks was going to beat them.
Possibly. I said that was going to be my dog. If I had to pick a dog, that was going to be my dog. You know I don't want to go against the Rams, but if I had to, if I'm betting, I got to pick the best bet, right? This is a big game right here. Huge game for Tampa Bay because I think the Rams are a juggernaut in the NFC. So if we talked about it earlier, if Tampa Bay wants to keep that number 1 division spot kind of locked up and solidified, they have to win this game.
Okay.
For the Rams, I think they already got it locked up, but you still want to win games, right? And you want to win games against good teams. And I think Tampa Bay is a pretty good team, in my opinion. So definitely want to see this game. And, I'm leading Rams.
Okay. I mean, the Buccaneers have dropped a couple of matchups against good opponents. Unfortunately for them, they've ran across a tougher part of their schedule. Also, unfortunately for them, this is coming on the heels of some injuries and absences of certain players. So this is not the time to be understaffed. But unfortunately for them, their grand prize is they got to play the Rams this week. And I did pick them to possibly beat Buffalo, and they didn't do it. So I have no reason to think that they're going to turn around and beat the Rams, if I'm being honest. That's just me. But another game that I'm also looking forward to on the paper is the Chiefs versus the Colts.
Big game.
Big game here, right?
Huge.
The Colts are still up there, pretty high up on the list. You got to scroll to the top of the page to get to the Colts. They've only lost 2 games. The Chiefs have lost several games. So the Chiefs need this W. They need that W.
Bad.
they also need it against the Broncos. Now, I think they got a better shot in this game because the Colts don't have the Broncos defense. But the Colts defense is improved a little bit. Sauce Gardner came out there during his first game, had a couple deflections, made a couple plays.
And he got torched a couple times.
Yeah. Hey, but he didn't look as thrown off as he's looked in a Jets uniform. Yeah. So I will say that. So there is some improvement on the defensive end. We do know that the Colts can score. Now the question is, are the Chiefs going to play enough defense to be able to slow down the scoring enough for Patrick Mahomes to be able to cook the defense? I'm interested to see. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I formed a final decision yet, because I feel like normally in years past we say, you can't bet against the Chiefs. You can't go against the Chiefs. Well, the Chiefs cooked a couple bets for us.
Oh, yeah, they do.
This season in particular, they've cooked quite a few of them, actually. So I'm not counting the Colts out of this, even though we probably think that the Chiefs are probably the favorite for this game, or should be the favorite in here. But very interesting game, a game that I want to watch, a game that I want to see just because of the implications for the Chiefs and also the Colts.
So the Colts got a good team.
The Colts are okay.
Great run game, decent receivers, good rookie tight end, defense playing soundly. They are coming off a bye week, so that's an advantage for them. I think this game for the Colts is like a defining win game. This is one of their wins of the season that's like, okay, we're a legitimate playoff team. In my opinion, if the Colts can go in the Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, then I'm gonna go ahead and stamp them as a legitimate contender. I am. I'm still not sold on the Colts.
Yeah,
I'm not.
You've been saying it for a long time.
I'm still not sold on the Colts.
You don't believe in them.
So if the Colts can go into Arrowhead off of a bye week, beat a Chiefs team that is in desperate need of a victory, like willing to do anything for a win, Chiefs team coming off of a loss to a division opponent in the Broncos, if the Colts can go into Arrowhead and do that and pull off that victory, then I can go ahead and stamp them and say they're a legitimate contender. If not, like I said, they've been playing a bunch of nobodies and getting victories over a bunch of nobodies all season. So that's my take on it, and I'm going to stand on that.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. We're going to see. But another game that I'm very interested in on the schedule is the Steelers versus the Bears. The Steelers are number one, but the Ravens are on their ass.
Yeah.
The Bears are number one in their division, and they got a little bit
everybody
of breathing
on
room. Everybody on their ass, though.
They ain't got that much breathing room.
They got a little bit of breathing room, but everybody on their ass.
Hell, so they ain't got that much because Detroit is 6-4. If the Bears lose, they're gonna be 7-4. Detroit win, they're gonna be 7-4. Green Bay right there. They ain't got that much breathing room.
Nobody safe. Both of these teams got something to play for. They got a reason to come out here and try to win this game, and nobody's safe out there. So this game is very interesting because of that. I'm curious to see what, the seasoned veteran head coach, out of all head coaches, got to be Tomlin. Mm-hmm. But, you also got the dynamic new guy, Ben Johnson. He's been a coordinator for a long time, but as a head coach, he's new. So, I mean, we're curious to see how this plays out. Mm-hmm. This is a good matchup, very important matchup. They're playing in Chicago. Are you leaning to a certain side on this game?
I would probably lean towards the Bears because of the run game right now and the way that Caleb and Ben Johnson are kind of rolling.
Yeah.
I don't like Pittsburgh's offense, bro. I just don't. I don't like it. But this is one of those
Aaron
games.
Rodgers out too?
This is one of those games Aaron Rodgers can probably torch the Bears. You know what I'm saying?
Is Aaron Rodgers out though?
I'm not sure.
He might be out. So, I mean, they might have Kenny Pickett.
If they got Kenny Pickett, they definitely going to lose. Kenny Pickett is ass.
He managed to close out that last game and they won.
Closing out and starting to finish is two completely different things.
Yeah, but I mean, they talking about it's his wrist, and For Aaron Rodgers, it's his wrist.
Is it throwing hand?
He didn't practice on Wednesday.
If it ain't his throwing hand, he should be all right.
We're gonna see.
Yeah.
But he wasn't practicing on Wednesday. So
yeah, I would lean on the Bears on this one, man.
Yeah.
They've been winning close games, nice and tight score games, comeback games. Caleb been playing good in the fourth quarter. So if it get to there, then I have more faith in Caleb because in the run game because I've seen it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm kind of leaning towards the same. And then it is one more game. We got an honorable mention though. I don't necessarily think this is a great game. However, I think it is somebody we want to see. Put your rollies up. We got the Browns versus the Raiders. I think we all want to see Shadeur Sanders off of a week of practice as a starter, knowing he's going into the game.
Yeah.
And we just want to see what he does.
Shout out to all the people that should support Shadeur and want to see him win. And fuck all of y'all who don't.
And you heard that straight from the NFL tie boy.
You heard?
So, I mean, we definitely want to see what he does, want to see how he performs. Myles Garrett, has been continuing to play very well, as he always does. Mm-hmm. But, offensively, they've been lacking. They've been slacking. Mm-hmm. The Browns have an extensive history of quarterback issues. So we're hoping to see Shadeur come out here and string together a very nice performance and see if the Browns finally got their guy. So, I mean, I don't know if there's much else to say about that. I mean, Mad Max is still one of my favorite defensive linemen, defensive players, period. So Mad Max is not going to make it easy on Shadeur. I don't know what his relationship is with him or if he has one or any type of feelings, but I know that when Mad Max gets out on the field, every quarterback is his op. Mm-hmm. So he's not going to make it easy on him. So we definitely going to see a good test for Shadeur trying to navigate Max Crosby and the Raiders. But coming off of a full week of practice with the starters, hopefully they actually know his damn cadence and snap count this time. So I want to see it. I don't know if y'all want to see it, but I want to see it. Yeah. So I got that as an honorable mention for MustSeeTV. But moving right along, very most important part of the show. Part of the show a lot of people have been waiting on. It's a segment we like to call Best Bets.
It's bet time.
All right. So, time for the Best Bets, man.
Let's do
Last
it.
week, we both won a whopping 1 and 2.
Bad week.
Yeah. Had a couple teams in there that dropped some balls and pause that they weren't supposed to drop.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Couple bets I knew better than, but I just was feeling a little confident. I was hot.
Cocky.
I was a little confident.
You was a little high. You went 3-0 twice, so you know you was a little high. But got a chance to right the ship.
Yeah.
So
16 and 14 now.
16-14 now, 14-15-1 for me. Mm-hmm. So let's get it back right.
Let's do it. We're still above 500, chat. So what we about to do, mask on. First bet of the best bet, first bet of the weekend. We're gonna take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers plus 6.5 versus the Los Angeles Rams. Now I know I love my Rams. But I think this game is gonna be a more tight game. Both teams can score offensively. Both teams have pretty decent defenses. So I believe that this game is gonna be a lot closer than 6.5 points. The Rams will still win, but I got the Tampa Bay Bucks to cover 6.5.
I don't know. I feel like the Rams defense is better than the Bills defense.
We all know that. They can't stop the run.
And the Bills beat them by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but it's your best bets, not mine.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
But they don't have a Josh Allen either. It's different. Josh Allen went crazy.
They got MVP Stafford. That's
what Josh Allen, 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns. That's Josh Allen all day long. Matt Stafford ain't rushing 3 times for a touchdown.
No, hell no.
That's an extra weapon they have. So without that,
okay.
I trust Todd Bowles' defense to get a stagnant quarterback in the pocket.
Okay.
My next bet. I'm
fair.
taking the Jacksonville Jaguars -3 versus the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals, I think Marvin Harrison isn't playing. Kyler Murray isn't playing. Jacoby Brissett isn't really that good. He's a professional backup. The Jacksonville Jaguars did a number on the on the Los Angeles Chargers last week.
Yeah.
That defense showed up. They're like one of the top defenses
They
in
get
the
a lot
league.
of takeaways.
That's one of the top defenses in the league. A lot of people don't talk about that, but they are one of the top defenses in the league. So
Because they also get their ass cooked a lot.
and they sack too. They get to the quarterback.
They get sacks, but they've been known to get their ass cooked.
Yeah, but not against Arizona. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars -3, easy dub. And my final bet is going to be the Detroit Lions -10 versus the New York Giants. Okay.
You said it like you don't know the Giants.
Versus the New York Giants. Okay.
What happened to how you heard?
Yeah, fuck
earlier.
that.
You heard.
Giants are hanging it up. Jameis Winston with the most weakest Harlem Shake I ever saw in my life.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh my God, it was so bad. That's why we be losing, cause shit like that.
I love it.
Threw an interception in the game. Wasn't his fault. Either way, pick six Winston is what we call him.
That's what you call them.
Yeah, so give me the Detroit Lions coming off a loss to the Philadelphia Eagles -10. Detroit at home. Jared Goff was probably playing one of the worst games I ever seen him play. Our defensive line will not get after him like the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line. We should, but apparently we should, but apparently But apparently we haven't been living up to the expectation this year when it comes to that. So give me the Detroit Lions -10. Those are my best bets. Tampa Bay +6.5. Jacksonville -3 and Detroit -10. Big spread, but I think we'll do it.
Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at it. For me, I'm going to go with, starting off my best bets, I'm going to go with the New England Patriots -8 versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Why? Because Jamarr Chase pissed me off. He let me down. But not only me, he let the team down because he's not going to have some of those targets. This is a guy who averages a lot of targets for Joe Flacco. Now, they still have T. Higgins. T. Higgins has managed to play a lot better also. He becomes the number one offense, but, you know, the New England Patriots were very Vrabel. They play a great defense, and then also in the secondary in particular, they got a couple guys who can lock some guys up out there, and I think they know how to call a good defense to be able to handle at least T. Higgins. So it's gonna leave you down to Yossi Vosh. They're gonna be down there trying to. T. Higgins still makes some plays because he's still very good, but I'm not gonna say what my friend that's a New England Patriots fan says, but shout out to Johnny. He's very happy for Drake May. And
shout out to Jay Bird.
Jay Bird loves some Drake May, and I think this is a good spot for Drake May. And I think Drake May will come out here and have a good game against that Bengals defense that has not been very good. So -8. I normally don't like 8 just because. Why? 8 points. That's just an odd scoring differential. But I think the Patriots can cover it in this game without Jamarr Chase. The next one I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings +6.5 versus the Green Bay Packers. Now, I was a little bit on the fence about this one. But what tipped me is division game. Those are usually close. And we just established that the Packers are kind of all over the place. Josh Jacobs might be playing, might not. Knee thing going on.
He might not.
So with all that being said, give me the Minnesota Vikings +6.5. I think Flores dials it up and puts some pressure on Jordan Love. I think he makes some questionable decisions, maybe even throws a pick in there somewhere. And then the absence of Josh Jacobs kind of tips the scale a little bit for them to have some problems rushing. I mean, they
have problems rushing with Josh Jacobs.
Right. So all that being said, I think the Vikings can at least cover. I'm not sure about the Vikings winning this one just because Green Bay is at home, but I do think the Vikings can at least cover 6.5. Finally, I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers -7 versus the Carolina Panthers. You beat up on the Falcons. San Francisco ain't the Falcons. Give me a touchdown for the 49ers. I think they can cover that. The Panthers have not been that great on the road, and I think they play better defensively to try to slow Dowdle down. McCaffrey playing against his old team that drafted him. I'm pretty sure there's not much animosity left over from that because it's been a while ago, but I think that he understands the assignment and knows what to do. Give me Christian McCaffrey and the San Francisco 49ers -7 versus Carolina Panthers. And yeah, New England -8, Minnesota +6.5, San Francisco -7. Those are my best bets this week. Let's right the ship. Hopefully we go 3-0. But there's one more thing we gotta get to people.
What that is?
If you don't mind.
What that is?
Can we tell the people what the dog of the week is?
Woo, woo, woo.
Who's your dog? Who's barking this week?
It's kind of ironic that the mascot of my dog of the week
Is a dog.
is a dog. Woo, 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 woo.
Okay.
And I am going with the Cleveland Browns and Shadeur Sanders to get his first NFL win on his first NFL start.
Yeah.
And let me tell you why. They are playing the Raiders. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That's it. That's it. The way that the Dallas Cowboys defense demolished the Raiders offense
Yeah.
was horrendous.
The Cowboys offense is very good, though.
Yeah, I hear that. But
They stacked.
The Browns defense is one of the top in the league. Geno Smith is ass. Right? The Raiders don't have anything outside of Brock Bowers. Ashton Genty hasn't been what everybody expected him to be.
Yeah,
Their offensive line isn't good. So I expect the Cleveland Browns defense to dominate that offensive line, giving Shadeur multiple opportunities offensively with the run game and Quinshon Judkins that the Cleveland Browns have. He's been playing very well. Quinshon Judkins been playing better than Ashton Genty this year.
Oh, Quinshon Judkins is a monster.
So, with that being said, I'm taking Shadeur Sanders, underdog. Literally, figuratively, everything to beat the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm not mad at it. I love to see it.
And it's in Vegas too, I think.
Yeah.
If it's in Vegas, oh yeah, absolutely. Because they were politicking trying to draft him too.
He got something to prove against the Raiders.
Yes.
Yeah, because they could have took him at it.
They could have took him.
I actually like that a lot more now that you said that.
They were politicking for him.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, my dog, I'm gonna go a different direction. Now, this one might not necessarily look like the prettiest pick, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm taking it. Give me the Houston Texans versus the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills have took me on a roller coaster this season. When I think they're great, they are shit. When I think they shit, they play great. And then every now and then they come against these teams that manage to play defense very well. And one thing about the Houston Texans that they have consistently done this season is play defense pretty well.
Yeah.
I think Will Anderson is about to wreak some havoc and get after Josh Allen. Josh Allen can scramble. He can run. He can get away sometimes.
Yes.
But playing against a very good defense, we saw when you come in there with the right scheme, you can minimize his scrambling somewhat enough where you get some stops, some 3 and outs, and you come out here and score. Now, I think they have enough offensively against the Bills' defense that has also been a roller coaster up and down. The Bills' defense has not been that great
Against the run.
But they haven't been that great in general. I think somebody like Willie Marks, who can be versatile.
They got to commit to the run game.
They got to commit to the run. But then you also got some wide receivers. You got Schultz playing better. You got Will Anderson wreaking havoc on defense. I think it's a good concoction. And the Texans, are at home in this game also. I think it's a good home dog. Give me the home dog in this one. Give me the Texans to upset the Buffalo Bills. The point spread is 6. I think the Texans win.
Hot.
And that's my dog of the week. And that's all we got. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. Keep on showing the channel love so we can keep showing y'all love. Make sure y'all drop them slips. Talk to us. We talk back. We got a nice little group chat that has been started. And that is for the people that have tapped in to that link I told y'all about last week. Onyx Odds. Offering a great promo. Deposit $10. Get $100 in free bets.
Can't beat that.
I ain't never heard no shit like that.
10x.
Right. Deposit 10, you get 4 free $25 bets. I mean, you got a chance to make up the $10 that you put in very easily.
Free money. Especially if you bet on Shadeur and the Browns to upset money lines. The Las Vegas Raiders. You're going to get that back.
You can get that back. So, I mean, tap in. You do that. Tap that link. You sign up. You send me a screenshot in the DM. I'm going to add you to the chat so you can see our personal slips that we putting in. Dropping them in the chat. People want to know what you're picking. What combination of parlays we putting together. I'm going to show you. All you got to do is just tap that link. Send me that screenshot. You're in. I'm going to show you the bets for free. Do that. And I done hit a lot. Especially when it comes to basketball. So, tap in.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to tell the people, man?
Parlays.
Making money line plays. May all these bets continue to pay because I need that money today.
Yeah, chat.
And we gonna see y'all later, man. Y'all keep on showing us love. Keep on showing it back. Keep on winning. And if you're not winning, it's all right. One of my favorite quotes is, in the end, it will be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. So we'll see y'all on the next one.
Peace. I like that. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
I might have started late, but I zoomed past you. Cup 1 to 3.